British Airways has a really special place in my heart, in part because it's the second airline that I ever flew with, but also because of the excellent reputation they used to have as an airline. However, today, British Airways is not what it used to be. The premium feel of flying the flag carrier of Britain has faded, being replaced by something more familiar, the cost-cutting, no-frills service of a low-cost airline. But with the industry changing and so many airlines adopting a low-cost business model, it should be no surprise that BA is trying to follow suit. But perhaps it is the way they are going about it that has so many on edge. So it really begs the question, has British Airways gone downhill? Many will be quick to say yes, and for good reason. You see, British Airways is trying to do two things at once, be a premium airline, but also operate as though they are a budget airline. This is what has made it so difficult for them. They are trying to stay competitive with airlines like Ryanair and Norwegian, but at the same time, they try to provide that sense of quality that has always been associated with the British Airways brand. This essentially results in poor management, with many people often complaining, and an airline that is trying to be something they are not. As I'm sure you know, the chief executive of BA, Alex Cruz, has been the center of criticism for such management, with many arguing that he has cheapened the airline. Interestingly, he himself has stated, and I quote, "Let me make our position clear. We are and always will be a premium airline, and we are and always will be committed to customer choice." This statement is ironically in light of the policies Cruz has implemented in an effort to cut costs. On short-haul flights, free food and bar service has been removed, being replaced with a buy-on-board menu of snacks and sandwiches. New aircraft, such as the A320neo, have been equipped with non-reclining seats, with a seat pitch that is actually smaller than those on Ryanair. He even went as far as to remove the flowers from its first-class toilets. All of this and others have resulted in frequent customer dissatisfaction, which has painted a rather negative picture for the airline. But how does all of this really translate to the actual flying experience? Is BA as bad as some people claim it to be? Well, from my experience, yes and no. Aside from things such as the removal of free meals, from the perspective of a typical economy traveler, BA is still quite the same. And sure, there have been cost cuts and customer complaints, but is that really that much different from any other airline? You see, that's where I think the problem lies with BA. They used to not be just any other airline. In 2006, they came first place in the World Airlines Awards. Compare that with this year when they scored 31st, and you have quite a significant decline indeed. British Airways used to be considered by many as one of the best airlines out there, having revolutionized the business class seat, for example. But today, they have let the industry pass them by, and the only way they are competing is by cutting costs. And so what the passengers see is an airline like Norwegian, for example, offering nearly as much as British Airways at a lesser price, and so they opt to fly with them instead. So then what's the solution to all of this? Well, British Airways needs to understand what kind of an airline they are. Are they a low-cost airline or a premium airline? Because they cannot be both. I hope the latter, and I hope that perhaps with the recent improvements to the Club World product, as well as the addition of their new Airbus A350 next year, they may be slowly on their way to regaining that title. As of right now, however, British Airways remains one of the most controversial airlines out there, but perhaps one day, I hope, they may be restored to their former glory. So with that, thank you for watching. I'm really curious to hear what you guys think of British Airways, so if you have any thoughts, let me know in the comment section below. Anyways guys, I hope you have a great day, and I will see you all very soon.